If you have been following along our journey, you'll know that my wife and I moved abroad in December last year to semi-retire in China, and we are so grateful that we did. There are a host of benefits awaiting those looking to settle down and retire or semi-retire in Asia. Specifically in today's video, I will be sharing our expense breakdown so you can see how much it could potentially cost you to semi-retire in China. Thank you so much for tuning into my Boosting Your Fire Journey channel, where I share stories and tips on how to achieve financial freedom. My wife and I hit Coast Fire and moved abroad to China, and we're living off of passive income from assets or investments that we have in the US. Still doing other things and work on the side. I really hope this video can be a helpful resource to anybody struggling or worrying about achieving financial independence. If you found today's video insightful, please leave us a like and subscribe for more on our journey. So coming on over from the US, the dollar spending power has been greatly increased due to the low cost of living here. Just a note, the Chinese currency is yuan or renminbi, and the American currency is the United States dollar. So for the remainder of this video, I'll be referencing our currency as USD or dollar. And just for your information, the typical exchange rate is $1 US equals about 6.5 yuan or Chinese money. Sometimes it can be much higher, but usually that's a good rough estimate. So since my wife and I have semi-retired in China for over a month now, I will be sharing our experience here from December of last month from the 1st to the 31st. Here is a quick overview of our expense categories. Before I go in and really break down each of these expenses, I want to throw in a quick thought about our situation regarding rent in China. My wife is Chinese and is the only child in her family. As you may already know, a central part of Chinese culture is collectivism. It's not uncommon at all to see 3 generations living in the same house: grandparents, parents, and grandkids. This exact same thing happened when we came to China and moved in with my in-laws, who were so excited to see our kids for the very first time. We offered to pay rent on multiple occasions, but every time they refused. It's actually not common and pretty strange for kids to pay rent to parents in China. So we are extremely grateful for their hospitality, which has allowed us to save money on rent and utilities. Just a fun insight here, back when I was studying my undergraduate and MBA program, I learned about the Hoffelsted's insights or dimensions of culture, and you can see here how China ranks compared to the US for collectivism and individualism. All right then, it's time to dive into our first expense category, residency permit. Some of the main Chinese visa categories are tourism, business, student, work, and resident. Since my wife does have Chinese citizenship, my 2 kids and I, who have US citizenship, could enter China with a Q1 visa, which is for family reunion. And upon arriving in China, we had to apply for a foreign residency permit from the People's Republic of China. We went to the Exit/Entry Administration of Public Security, this building located in my wife's city, to apply. This permit that we obtained for me and my 2 kids will last 1 year and cost us a total of $185 or about $62 per person. I want to note that some big cities will give a 5-year foreign residence permit, but my wife's city is a bit smaller and the longest that they could give is 2 years. But where I am located, they didn't give us the 2 full-year permit at first, and that's common procedure just to make sure that everything goes well at the beginning. Now let's talk a little bit more about the process to apply for a foreign residency permit in China. This process for us when first arriving in China was to visit the local police station to have them set up a registration voucher of residence for visitors from overseas. Since the city we're staying in was much smaller than other huge cities in China, they did not understand and just took down my wife's phone number and address. We then went to the Exit/Entry Administration of Public Security, and of course, they told us that the police station did not fill out any registration for us. One of the head workers called the police station and chewed them out for not doing such an easy task. Originally, we were only going to receive a half-year permit, but since the process took a long time and they saw we were a family, they ended up giving me and my kids the 1-year permit. After the 1 year is up, we can apply again, and there's a good chance we will get a longer permit. Now moving on to the second category of family insurance. So my kids and I were able to apply for China Healthcare Security since we had foreign residency permits. China Healthcare Security is provided by the government and has many benefits such as being cheaper than private health insurance. So for my wife, me, and 2 kids, our total annual health insurance costs us only $215 or around $54 per person. The process for obtaining our China Healthcare Security took many days and was quite stressful at times. This is because we are in a smaller city where there are less people with the needed training to get foreigner information into their system accurately. But fortunately, the people we worked with were very dedicated and took the time to get everything figured out. Yes. Number 3 is gym. Exercise has always been a huge passion of mine. So I signed up for a gym membership at a place called Jiafu Fitness. I also came to China at the perfect timing because the gym was celebrating its 10-year anniversary and giving a discount for new signups. The total cost for 15 months is $154, which is about $10.27 a month. The best part is that I have access to all the locations where many have swimming pools and there is no annual fees. Another thing that happened was that COVID restrictions were lifted here about a month after I started going to the gym. With the lifted restrictions, basically everybody got sick. This gym also closes for the Chinese New Year holiday coming up, so for these reasons, they're going to give me another month free. Number 4 is fun. Most of December was spent settling in with the in-laws taking us around to explore the city. The nice thing about being semi-retired in China is that we get to choose when to go on adventures and when to work. We would use this fun money for activities such as going to see Avatar 2, for arcade games, or other fun things for the kiddos. The biggest expense, though, I have to admit, was a one-time purchase of a gaming router that cost $115. The nice thing, though, is that the family does benefit from faster Wi-Fi. Our 5th category expense is eating out. One of my absolute favorite things about living in China is the food. There is so much variety to the delicious foods here and so much flavor. Don't even get me started on the desserts either. I love the shaved ice, mango drinks, boba drinks, and the list goes on probably forever. In total, we spent $150 as a family of 4 on eating out expenses. We spent a lot of time eating in and eating my mother-in-law's delicious cooking, which helped us save on costs as well. Next expense category are phones. I am currently on an international plan with Google Fi, where my monthly payment is $20. So it comes with unlimited Wi-Fi text and calls, which is awesome since I can keep in touch with my family in the US. If not on Wi-Fi, it is then $10 per gigabyte of usage. I'm using the flexible plan, but for more details on the other plans, you can always Google Google Fi plans. I want to mention that the customer service is also truly amazing. They accidentally deducted the wrong amount from my first bill, so they gave me a $100 credit. So that covers talking to international friends and family. And then my wife and I also have our phones for use in China with Chinese SIM cards. They are under a family plan with my in-laws, and they insisted on paying for it. Number 7 is baby expenses. With both of our kids still very young, a lot of our spending for this category went to diapers, wipes, formula, etc. We purchased these baby items in bulk to give us a discount and also so that they last for a long time. Now on to our living expenses, which is $460 a month. These expenses include clothing, toiletries, and other daily use items. We didn't bring along a lot of personal items for us to semi-retire in China, so we had to buy quite a few things to get settled in December. Our living costs for December were really not too bad, considering it was a settling in month, and we had a lot of one-time or annual expenses, such as the foreign residency permit, family insurance, and my gym membership. Now here is a table showing our semi-retired costs of living in China with a total amount for December equaling $1,449. What does the cost of living look like where you are located? How are your expenses similar to or different than our expense category shared in this video? Also, if you'd like to see more on our regular monthly spending and budgeting, please let me know in the comments. For more on our financial freedom journey with tips and tricks to control your finances, please subscribe for more. Wishing you all the best for the new year.